Hey folks, well today I want to talk to you about some of the items that I took with me on a loan. Stay tuned and I'll get right to it. Alright folks, let's get started. There's some items that I didn't bring outside with me just because they're so bulky and I just didn't want to. First off, let's talk about my sleeping bag. It's a 20 below Wiggy's sleeping bag. I actually bought it specifically for this journey. 20 below 0 Fahrenheit sleeping bag is quite a bit more probably than you would normally take into an area like Vancouver Island. But I had a feeling that if I were to make it for any amount of time, I would be calorie deficient. And I wanted to make sure that I was as warm as absolute possible. So that's why I chose such a big bag. Now some of the folks that have been showcased so far have taken down sleeping bags, and actually some of the down nowadays, each feather is actually individually water treated, or water treated, for water repellency. Some of the benefits of down, I think, is it's pretty obvious, most folks know, but it's very warm, it's very lightweight, and it scrunches down and becomes very compact. I chose to bring, okay, then I'll say the downfall of it: if it gets wet, you're screwed. Okay. I chose to bring a synthetic bag. I've heard a lot of good things about Wiggy's, and I have purchased a couple other products in the past, so I decided to go ahead and try this bag out. It's synthetic, it's huge, it was all I could do to stuff in the bottom of my pack. So it's definitely not lightweight, and it's not small. It's very bulky, but it's very warm. So that's why I took that sleeping bag. I'm not going to get into the food that I took. Paracord's pretty basic. I bought a ferro rod, a 1/2 inch by 6 inch ferro rod. If you watch some of my other videos, I reference sometimes ferro rods can be either soft or hard. And this particular one is a little bit softer one, and I purchased it through Self-Reliance Outfitters, and it's a ferro rod. So that's about all there is to that. My gill net, I had the proper size gill net that they allowed us to take. I don't even remember what size it was. It's a pain to bring out. I mean, it looks like a bunch of fishing net. It's not a big deal. I brought a gill net because I thought it would be a set it and forget it type of food procurement. So that's why I brought that. I also brought some fishing line, and I believe we were allowed to bring 25 hooks. And they said assorted size hooks. You could bring basically whatever you wanted. And you could bring, I guess I didn't ask, but probably just about any size fishing line you wanted. I believe I brought 30-pound test. I figured 30-pound test was good for ocean fishing, and then also good for lashing or doing something if I needed to with cordage. So I brought some food. It's just some food. I wanted something to fall back on in case I wasn't able to get something right away. They call it emergency rations on our item list, and I mean that's exactly what they were, emergency rations. Alright, so those are the items that I did not bring out. I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up, and I'll show you the items that I did bring out. Okay, right off the bat, let's just take a look at the knife I took out. This is an LT Wright Genesis. It is made in A2 steel. I've had this knife for quite some time. You can see the patina on it. It's high carbon steel knives get these patinas on it, and sometimes you can even force a patina on it. The patina just means the coloration of the blade. That will help it against further deterioration of the blade. In other words, this patina will help prevent actual rust from it. This knife probably will always look this way no matter how much more I use it, just because, like I said, I've used this knife for years before I ever took it out. So it's approximately 4 inches in blade length, a little over 4 inches. Overall length, it's approximately 9 inches. It's got a nice comfortable feel to it. I've done, if you look at my past videos, I've done quite a bit of experimentation with birch oil, and so I have treated this sheath with birch oil, and it's made it a very dark color. I love birch oil, makes it smell like fire basically. So, and it's a pretty good leather protector. I've worn it around my area, and it's been pretty good even in the moisture. I've wet formed this sheath, so it fits in there real nice. So anyway, that's my knife. LT Wright Genesis. The next item on the list is a Husqvarna Ax. I did not have this protector, this rawhide protector, strike guard you might say, when I left. When I came back, it's a project that I'm trying out. Some folks have told me about this, and I wanted to try it for myself. All I did is take a dog chew toy and soak it, and then just wrap it and made the end captive in here. I could have done a little bit better job, but like I said, this is just a project I'm trying out. So this is a Husqvarna Ax. It is approximately 26¼ maybe inches long. It's I've had this axe once again for quite a while. Probably, I wouldn't say years and years like my knife, but I've definitely had it over a year. And it was the axe I had. I wanted a full-size axe. I didn't want to screw around with a hatchet or anything. I wanted, you know, something that fit me. I probably can't swing much heavier than this. I mean, I can swing it, but it's not going to be efficient with me and the swing of the axe. If you have an axe that's too big, you're not going to get as good a swing. You get one that's too small, and you're not going to be able to utilize the swing properly. So, Husqvarna Ax. This piece of kit here is kind of unique. This was also a saw, piece of gear rather, that I've had for quite some time. A buddy of mine, George, turned me on to these saws. It's a Bob, and I'll butcher his name. It's a Bob Dustrude's Quick Buck Saw. This is a pretty cool little backpacking saw. It's got an aluminum frame to it, and you just start to open it like this, pull the blade out, okay, and then you lock one side in, and lock the other side in. Just that simple. So it's a very lightweight backpacking saw, and that's exactly why I purchased this saw, is because it's lightweight. I wanted to take it backpacking with me. It's always nice to have a decent folding saw with you. So it probably takes a blade that's approximately 20 inches long. Overall, at the widest part, the saw is approximately 21.5. Down here, it's approximately 17 inches. Top to bottom, the tallest it is 9 inches. So once again, a piece of kit that I've had for a while that I just took out with me. You know, I wasn't able to, you know, we're all on budget, so I wasn't able to buy just brand new stuff. So I used like my knife and my axe and my saw. The saw, you know, like I said, I'm on a budget just like everyone else. So I had this saw, that's why I took it. Could I have used a bigger saw? Probably. You know, we'll see. We'll see how this one works out for me. To take it down, I just be very careful of the teeth. I start to fold it. I make sure the teeth are up against the spine of the saw, so to speak. This is an awkward angle to do this for the camera, but anyway. Put the teeth towards the back of the saw, lock it in place. It's got a little screw right here that locks in, so now it can't go forward and backwards, and just squish it down. That's it. They make another model a little bit bigger than this one, but anyway. And my metal pot. I took a 2-quart metal pot. This one is from, just like my ferro rod, it's from Self-Reliance Illustrated. I like the bail on this pot. You know, I like to be able to hang it maybe. Plus you could also just set it right in the coals if you want to. And it's got nice little handles here, so it's a bush pot. 2-quart, like I said. What is it? It's approximately 6 inches around, approximately 5.5 inches deep, and there you go. Alright folks, just a real quick video on some of the items I took out. Some of the most important items, well, not most important, but some of the more tools. We seem to focus more on the tools, because, you know, fishing hooks and fishing line can be quite area dependent, stuff like that. But my knife, my axe, my saw, and my cooking pot were the items that I wanted to make sure that, you know, I did as much research, or I wanted to do as much research on them as possible, or I wanted to take stuff that I'd already used and was very comfortable with. The fishing hooks and the paracord and stuff like that, it wasn't a big deal. Like I said, I didn't want to bring down my sleeping bag. But anyway, those are the items I took. All right, folks, let's see if I can get past my anger issues on these first couple episodes, and take care.